So as you can see, this is one of my deep freezers. This is the deep freezer that is downstairs in the basement. So this is what I was talking about when I said I have to go through and try to split up the different types of foods so we can find them, because this is packed all the way down, but I'm sure the space is not used wisely. So I want to go through, and I need to also I want to do a pantry checklist. A freezer checklist to make sure that I know what I have in here so I can plan my meals accordingly when I do my meal plan for the month. As you can see, it's empty. This is fairly new, so well, it's new. I just got it in the spring, so I don't have to defrost it or anything, but I did go in and put some of my freezer meals that I did. I put them in there. I have some baked mac and cheese, some sweet potatoes, and I'm also going to split up the food that I put in the downstairs freezer and the upstairs freezer, so I'll know what's in each. I think that will be easier since this one is in the basement. We try not to have to come down here on a regular basis just to get food out of the freezer. So what I want to do is anything that we don't really need on a regular basis, I will put here, and that will be like the freezer meals. And I'm going to put the frozen fruit in here and all of the bread. And then that way I'll know if I need bread at some point, then I can come down here and get it. And I know where the frozen fruit and everything else is. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll see how that works out. Here is my freezer inventory paper, if you can see. Yeah, right here. So I'm just going through to check. I had a lot of food in here that I didn't know that I had. As you can see, I thought I was recording when I was putting the stuff back, but this is all of the bread items. So bagels, sliced bread, tortillas. I added the waffles in because there was a little bit more space, and when I go through the freezer upstairs, I know I have more bread items up there as well, so I can bring them down and there's still enough space for them. Then over here I decided to add like miscellaneous, like little things that could fit in this little compartment right here. So I added the cheese. I only had like 3 or 4 packages of cheese. I had a few pieces of salmon, so I put that in here. And then I had a few packages of sliced peppers, so I put that up there as well. And so now I still have all of this food down here that I have to put upstairs, but I still have to pull the food out of the freezer that's upstairs and go through that as well. So that's what I'm about to do now. This is the upstairs freezer. This really needs to be defrosted actually. But anyway, this is I took some of the stuff out. There was some bread items that were on top, so I took those downstairs. So that's why we have some space here. So I'm just going to take everything out of this freezer, and I'm going to put the items in the freezer inventory. As I do that, I'm going to put the quick foods in here. So basically foods that we make that are quick, maybe for like lunch or like on the weekends. So like fish sticks, french fries, and different things like that. The deep freezer. As you can see, it needs to be defrosted, but I can't leave my food out any longer than it has been left out. So what I am going to do is I am going to defrost the sides so that it can close, because it hasn't been closing because of the ice at the top. And I'm going to clean out the bottom, you know, just kind of picking it off and using hot water to get that off so that the ice isn't caked up on the sides. And I'm going to clean the freezer really quick, and then I'm going to put the food back in. Now the food that's going in here, those will be the quick foods, as well as all of my veggies and any meat that can fit in here. And then when I make my meal plan, I will just go ahead and take them out as needed and put them in the refrigerator freezer. And anything that was in here that was half opened and all of that, I'm also going to put in the refrigerator freezer. This is the after. So as you can see, I defrosted it without actually defrosting it. So, and I cleaned the sides. And so now I'm ready to fill it up. Mostly everything in. Anything that was half empty or half full, whatever, I took out, and I'm going to put it in the other freezer and put it in the large Ziploc bag and put it in the other freezer. And I put these pizzas on top because I'm not sure what I'm going to have to transfer from the smaller freezer into this one, but I really have a lot more space because I have space in the smaller freezer, and I only have a small amount of stuff that I still have to put into that freezer. So this should work out really well. And I still have space downstairs as well for anything else that needs to go in there if need be. But this is done. This freezer is done. So one more freezer to do, and then I'm done. Refrigerator freezer. Another hot mess. Very unorganized. Everything is everywhere, and that was mainly because we had no space in the deep freezers. So basically everything was going everywhere. But I'm gonna take everything out clean it out and organize it. And whatever needs to go in the deep freezer will go in the deep freezer downstairs, and whatever has to go in this one, it's space in both for whatever needs to go in. Okay, so here is a look at the freezer after I took everything out. I have to clean it out, of course. This is where I had the frozen fruit. I'm gonna put it back in here once I clean the freezer out. And then over here is my mother-in-law's food. She does not eat all of the same food that we eat, so I just put her stuff on the side and I left that there. And then over here is just some chocolate chips I've had in this long plastic container, so I didn't take it out. Some chocolate chips and just some leftover like water ice and popsicles and stuff from the summer. It's like a few, and so I left those in there as well. So now I'm just going to clean it out, and then I'll put the food back in. So this is the after. I haven't put the food in, I just put ice trays in. I wanted to show you what it looked like after I actually cleaned it out. So this is that, and this is inside. And I cleaned this out too. It had a lot of ice in there and dirt and stuff at the bottom, so yeah. So now I'm gonna put the food in. Now I am finally finished with the freezers. I am just loading the last bit of food in the refrigerator freezer, and I want to thank you all for watching. Bye.